good long talk about today's. Oh boy, do we have a topic to talk about today. Today, we're talking about the oil patch. Today, we're going to talk about a new elongated oil boom. Now, on my live feed that I had the other day, which didn't go anywhere, I was babbling away about the oil patch and what was going on. It was quite a bit of excitement. Ladies and gents, we're heading into another boom. To hell with Nasal Nose in Ottawa and what the fuck he and the goddamn liberals think. They can go fuck themselves. We are going to bring this country back to what it was. At least Alberta, anyway. And don't mind me if I call Alberta its own country. It is. You know, Alberta's fed up with paying the debts of a very ungrateful Ontario and their greedy government down there. We're sick and tired of carrying them. Number two, we don't want anything to do with Quebec because those assholes aren't grateful for anything. They'll take, but they don't ever give anything back. In fact, they belittle is what they do down there. So Quebecers, go fuck yourselves. I don't give a goddamn fuck about you. Now, the Maritimers, they're a different story. They're actually really nice. And we share quite a bit with them. A lot of technological know-how goes back and forth between the Maritimes, the offshore drilling platforms, and the onshore. And a lot of riggers go back and forth. So what's happened is, we'll start a couple weeks before Christmas in 2023. We didn't have much activity going on at all. Land drilling rigs were pretty much asleep. A couple of weeks before Christmas, the numbers were very low, very, very low. And it was well below 100 rigs. In fact, there was only about maybe 55, 60 rigs drilling on the 21st of December. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? The ground's frozen. These things should be spinning like crazy. They're not. They're not up. They're racked in the yard still. Well, January comes around, and when Jan comes around, things change. New leases are being opened up all over Alberta. That's a promise. Let's step forward 1 month into February, the beginning of February. Then things silently. The dragon awakens from within the planet Earth. And rigs are being moved to locations quietly. We already had the cold spell. That was in January when we had the Arctic blast. So February's kind of mild, you know, but not that mild up north. And things are going. So I start watching. I didn't believe this. I thought, nah, come on, this can't be right. So I started watching other people's videos. Video channels that were put together by young chaps and gals that work in the patch themselves here in Alberta to see in modern times what's happening. And the latest video I watched was in Fort McMurray the other day. And Fort McMurray was busy. I was looking at the apartment building parking lots. I was looking at the businesses, the Popeyes, the KFC, Tim Hortons, the radio station. I was looking at the government offices. I was looking at the cars going up and down the streets, the cars parked on the curbs. And then it hit. Oh boy. So I switched channels and I went to another oil rig channel by a chap who just drives around. Okay? That's all he does. He just drives around Fort McMurray. He's got quite a few followers, and starts up. He does this about an hour, 2 hours a day. He'll drive to different areas. Like some days he'll drive up to Fort McKay on the highway and go right past Syncrude and Syncor, and you can see for yourselves things are going. The stacks are pumping out steam like crazy up there. It's a busy place. You can see all the earth movers, see all the dump trucks rolling around on the oil patch roads. Then I switched over to another safety consultants channel who operates a drone. And with this drone, you get the bird's eye view of everything. Well, watching all his videos from, I guess, April of last year till now, it's busy. It's busy. Okay, so I've seen all this. I used to be in the patch. I worked on oil rigs. Then I worked security. Wish I'd never done that, but anyway, I worked on the oil rigs, which are some of the greatest days and the best money-making days of my life. The security, that was a joke. Was there online training? No, there wasn't. You couldn't get your tickets online, even then. Right up to the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, there wasn't much in the way of online. Now there is, okay? You go and you look for hydrogen sulfide H2S tickets online, you can get them. You can get all your tickets online. First aid, you can get it online. You can get your H2S online. You can get your confined spaces online. And, oh, fuck. I hate sitting here. There, that's better. It's harder on my stomach if I sit on a cushion, because the cushion pushes my stomach into my esophagus and everything else, and it's hard to talk at duration. Anyway, okay. So, you can get everything online these days. Everything. That's a really, really big improvement. And that means you don't have to go to a school. You don't have to enroll. You don't have to wait a long enrollment process of weeks and weeks, maybe months, okay? Burning up the time that you could be working. This only takes a matter of hours and you flipping open your wallet. And then once you pay for the course, you take the course, and immediately, right there and then on the second, they give you your certificate number, which is what you record and you pass on to your employer. Then in PDF, they send you copies of your certificate. Let's say for WHMIS, right? Okay. They send you copies of that. Later on in the mail, you'll get the paper copy. But you already got it. It's there. It's on your phone. And that's all you really need. Because you take screenshots of that and you attach that to any resume that you're putting online for whatever job you're applying to. So this is a 1,000% improvement over what we had before. Because now, within hours, you can have all your tickets. Okay? They say it takes 2 days in some cases, whatever, to go through all the information. Some cases not. Some cases not. Like, for example, H2S Alive can be done in less than a day. And it's a 24-hour period. Your interface is a computer. So what you're doing is right from your phone, okay? If you have a Samsung S21 or newer, or S20 with expanded memory and newer, do it. Damn it, get out there and get it done, okay? Get your tickets. You can do it in hours, okay? It's improved to that level. The interfaces, the Firefox interfaces and stuff that they use are far, far, far advanced. Calgary, Leduc, Nisku, they're almost the same. Didn't get anywhere. It wasn't until months later that I got selected by Savannah, and I went, and it worked, and I made money. But every time I apply now, I remember that. The effort I put in, driving all that way from Calgary, 3 hours, to Nisku, to talk to employers, walk right into their offices. I recognize some of them from trade shows, and I'm talking to people. Yeah, the companies too, obviously, but the people. I recognize some of the people. And once they get a face to a name, and they can see that you're not some little 2-foot-tall Martian from Mars, they're going to make note, and they're going to make note how serious you are. Now, back then, I had a driver license problem. I had a fine that needed to be paid off. That's since been paid for. So I'm clear. I'm good. I got an excellent driving abstract now, and that's very helpful, by the way. If you got an excellent driving abstract, you're going places. If you don't, my advice, I strongly advise you that you get out there and you get that fixed. All right? It's important. You want to go places in the patch. That's very, very important. The other thing is, with COVID-19 and that type of thing, was the need to go into an office has been diminished. So you have things like, well, let me see. I think all the platforms now offer ways that you can have a one-to-one phone meeting with somebody, where you both have your cameras turned on, facing each other, and you're talking, you're asking questions, and they're answering, and they're asking questions of you, and you're answering. So I think they all do. I do believe that the platforms have improved dramatically. A year ago, 2 years ago now, I did a photo session in the middle of COVID. I did a photo session with people down east in Eastern Canada. And it was still developing then. Now, how to beat the downturn during the point where the rigs get laid down and that type of thing. Can you beat it? Sure. Do what I did. Go work security. That's what I did. I sat on a couple of rigs, with a few buddies, and we did some very light maintenance. Just make sure that things were okay, and oil wasn't turning to water. Amidst the fact that the rigs were sitting in water, lots of it too. Lakes all over the place. Really tall set of waders. I'm not in the mud, and the water on top of it gets almost knee deep in places. Okay, I'm not gonna bullshit you. That's what it is. So you go in and you work that. That will be paid out at a lease hands pay rate. You're not going to get your pay rate. Let's say if you're a derrickman, you're not going to get derrickman's pay to do that position. you get laborers pay. But it's money in the bank. It pays the bills, right? It pays the mortgage, pays off the Toyota Tundra, right? Pays off the boat. You will get that kind of money. So yes, you will make well over and above $100,000 a year. You'll be in the sunshine list. You wanted to be there. You dreamt about it all these years, working at Tim Hortons or whatever. Well, now is your chance. Okay. Like I said, the easiest part of the whole thing is getting your tickets. It takes no time at all. Okay? You can go sign up for all your tickets today. And one after one after one. Get them all. Okay? Now they have city council that's not working out very well. And then in the provincial election, city, whatever, for a few days till you can get situated. All right? Now, do we have places? It's challenging here in Canada. Now, that doesn't mean that while you're in Ontario and you're 40,000 feet in the air and you're thinking, oh my God, I can't wait. I'm so excited. So, Toby, get serious, guys. This is what it's about out here. What do we say? Quoting that ages-old oil and gas show on OLN back in 2006, little contracts that are coming through collection agencies, get them paid off in full, okay? But don't go to the collection agency. Go to the actual company that you owe the debit to and present them full paid, all one shot. Bang, done. Do that first before you get yourself further in debt, okay? Stabilize your debt ratio picture. Then go out there. Go to the car lots and buy that new truck, okay? You tell them that you've done this. You tell them you fixed your credit picture, and they're going to listen to you. I know this from experience. This is what happened to me earlier in the summer of 2023. Okay, late in the summer when I sold the squad. Basically, I paid off all my debts. Okay, every single fucking debt I had, I paid it off for the previous 5 years, and I'm so grateful for this because every single car dealer in Canada has been contacting me through text mail and email saying, we got this, and this. Come to us, Mr. Curon. We've got this and this and this and this. And I'm like, hold on. Let me get back out in the patch first. I may be retired, and I am. It's not going to be for much longer because I'm going back in. But that's the gist of the situation, okay? You're going out, pay off your debts before getting into anything else. That way you've got a stable platform to step on, okay? If all they see is old debts and you're not paying whatever, they're just going to look at you, oh, this guy's a mook, or this gal's a joke, and they won't give you anything. They'll give you interest rates of 32.9, okay? Whereas if you can prove that you paid off your debts all at once, bang, 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 done, they're going to nod, they're going to smile, they're going to say, this person's serious about what they're doing. I think we can offer them a lower than maximum rate. And you have the ability at that point to chew down the interest rate. Okay? You can do that. Now, obviously, you can't do it online. You have to be in person or over the phone. In person or over the phone. But you have the ability at that point, is what I'm saying. Because I have the ability now, too. Okay? I can go out now and I can pick and choose what I want. I've gotten credit portfolios that widened the term of the agreement and the timeline. So all of a sudden, everything now is 72 months for me. I didn't have that before. Maximum 24. Now for cars, everything's 72 months plus, 72 to 90. Okay, interest rates for me right now are 8.0. That's a hell of a lot lower than 29.9, guys. I'm saying? Okay? I'm down below the risk level, is what I'm saying to you. So get that done. So you do that. You came all the way up here. You stayed with family for a few days. You got your pay after the first 2.5 weeks, okay? Balanced your books, for your per dime and everything else. So you've got your pay of $14,000 to $25,000 in your bank account, okay? Then what do? Say thank you to your family. Do what you can to show proper edification in that situation. You get out there, you get your own apartment, get a nice apartment, okay? And you carry on. Basically, you go to work, you make money, all right? Winter's almost over. We're heading into spring, and we're heading into breakup as well. Next month in March, for the infamous 15 days, is the Alberta breakup. What is that? What's going on is that the oil patch slows down. It doesn't shut down completely. It slows down in sections, okay? And breakup is, what happens is all the oil rigs companies, all the oil rig companies send their employees home for a period of days until the roads become firm enough to drive on again. That's all. That's all it is. And if the lease itself is muddy, well, it's muddy, okay? But the roads have to, bands are up. There's no heavy trucks allowed up and down those roads because it's all mud. So that's unfortunate. That's just a thing that happens here in Alberta. I don't know what happens in other places, like down in Texas. I don't have a clue. If they go 12 months a year, that'd be awesome. Or what? Maybe they have rattlesnake. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Anyway, here in Alberta, what we do is what we do. So we have those 15 days mandated where it's dry out period, where the roads get dried out and firm and stuff like that. April comes around, and you get back to drilling, okay? You get back up and down those roads, and you're working, okay? By that point, Dodge, Chevy, and Ford are looking at you. They're contacting you saying they want your business, they want this and want that. What you need to do is talk to your consultant, your company man on your lease, okay? Go talk to him or her and say, okay, they're contacting me all the time, man. All these big vehicle companies. How steady are we out here? What have we got coming up? So what will happen is the consultant will spin around in his chair, go on his laptop and say, okay, well, we've got, from the geologist, we've got this contract, this contract, this contract, this contract. And during the summer, if it gets super muddy, we're going to lay down the rig again during the wet days. You want some extra work. And of course, you're going to have to say yes. Okay, I'm not kidding. If you don't have kids, you don't have a wife, that kind of thing, you don't have those responsibilities in another city, you say yes. And we'll talk about how to pay the rent in a little bit later in this this live. But we're going to concentrate on what you do, okay, in front of the consultant. So you say yes, of course. I'll work security. Absolutely, yeah. I know I'm only getting lease hand pay, but that's good enough. Keeps my bills paid at least. Keeps the lights on. He smiles, she smiles, and they mark you down. So you go to work, okay? And you know things are gonna be super solid for 12 months of the year for you now. Okay, you just did that by saying yes to work in security. Means that even during shutdown, during the breakup in the spring, they can count on you being there watching the equipment. And that's what you say. you will stay and watch the equipment. You will work security. That's good enough. They don't have to call some security company like ESS or Commissionaires or whatever, right? They don't have to do that. They just have you, their own person, their own people watching. There you go. Okay? I solved your issue for you for breakup, and you're welcome. So at that point, knowing that you've got steady income all the way around opens up new doors. This is what you tell the bank manager at the bank, at the Royal Bank or CIBC or BMO, whoever you deal with, TD, whomever, okay? You tell them, okay, I'm guaranteed that I'm year-round. They're going to nod. They're going to say, how can you guarantee that? Because the oil and gas companies shut down when things get extremely raining, or they get the infamous spring breakup. And you say, well, I work security, and it pays at oil lease hand rates, labor rates. Here's the rate, 37 to 40 bucks an hour. So they mark that down. They're like, okay, so your overall rate might have went down, right? It depends if you have experience that brought you moving ahead, okay? Or you were on the rig. We'll talk more about that in a moment here, about showing really good effort. So you say that to the banks. The banks mark that down. That shows stability to them, okay? You showed good effort, good poise, good reliability during this time. You paid off all your old debts, everything. What have they got to chew at you for? Nothing. They got to build with you, right? So they ask you if you've gone to a car dealership or gone online and looked at some vehicles, okay? I'm going to forewarn you here. This happened to me in 2008, and I'm telling you, do not do it from the dealership level. Your financing, I'm talking about. Do not do the financing from the dealership level. Why? Because the rates will always be about 2.25 higher than what they could be if you're sitting in front of a manager at a bank, functioning bank. Okay? Just saying. I learned from experience. When I got my 2008 Dodge Ram, I got a much nicer package through the bank than the one that did. And you're renting a house, so that you just boop, boop, goes across. Or in many cases, if you sit down with your landlord and say, I want to do a rent to own plan, bang, there you go. You're on ownership rights at that point, because he transfers your rent payments over to being a mortgage, adjusts it slightly, and bang, there you go. You're in. Okay? I almost had that. But you know what mistake I made in 2008? When I was in the rigs. I kicked myself for this. I didn't go for the security job during breakup. Okay? It was offered to me. I didn't take it. Of course it was offered to me. I experienced beats like I had a college degree in police foundations. Of course it would offer it to me. Oh, God, zooks. And I said no, because I wanted to go out and play. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to go on vacations. I wanted to hang with my buddies. A number of them said, what do you want to be security here for? I didn't think, guys. Okay, that was my mistake. I didn't think. I didn't put my head together and think about the situation. What a dummy I was. Come on. I would have had year-round stability. And my situation wouldn't have gone down the way it did. I wasn't smart thinking back then, that's what I'm saying. I am now. And what you're hearing is what I'm going to do. Okay? If I'm on the rigs. Now, if I decide to go and get my, go to Keno College and get my heavy equipment operator certificate to drive those big dump trucks, with the 3-story tall high tires and that kind of thing. That's year round. That never shuts down. Okay, those trucks are going 24/7, and I'm super happy about that. I really am. Those guys, some of them have been there 25, 30 years doing that. They've never had a shutdown. They've never had spring breakup or anything like that. No, that never happens. They're always going all year round. So you got that, okay? You got that, and you got the other thing. Now, are you going to do it? I'm asking you. Now, this was supposed to go, but Nasal Nose in Ottawa was in Gabolt. He's like an ostrich. He just puts his head in the sand. The federal Liberals want to do what she wants to do, and they're on board with it. The other half, no. Trudeau wants to divide. Boom, bang. Says divide and conquer. No, it doesn't work that way. Because you're not the world here in Canada. Okay? We do. Not Saudi. We do. Not United States. United States, they're dry county. We do. Okay? We've got the oil and gas. And Saskatchewan does too, I might add. And so does offshore. All right? We can do it. We can and we will. The provinces have to get together, veto Ottawa, push Ottawa out of the way, Nasal Nose, push him out of the way, and do what they need to do with other countries. And I'm telling you, Danielle Smith is on board for this. You want to believe it. Are you ready? Because I am. I sit here pretty, you know, and as this fire burns in front of me, I think about it. Fire burns in the fireplace. I think about it, guys. I do. It's a big situation of pride, though. All right? I can't say it enough. Right? Boy, am I glad I turned away from a job with the government. I'm so happy about that. And I look forward. I'm excited. I'm tingling right now with excitement. In this next week, what is my plan? I will be getting my tickets. I've got the money for it. It's just get it done. I've got it in one of my other accounts. I just have to transfer it across. And then go from there. I'm excited, guys. I really am. I'm excited for Alberta. I'm excited for Saskatchewan. And I want things to go. They got to go forward. On that note, you've been with me now for over an hour. And that's plenty long enough. So go back over my pointers. Go back over them often. At the same time, I'm going to say, go view those other channels here on YouTube that are out there. And there are more and more creators starting up channels all the time in those communities I told you about. See it for yourself. Go online, look at the schools for the tickets, okay? What have you got to lose? Right? We only have one life here on the planet. Do you want to live a life of where you're depressed and angry and not happy? Or do you want to live a life of happiness, enjoyment, and adventure? The choice is yours. Okay. Godspeed, God bless, be kind to everybody out there. Do a kind thing every day. Okay, I'll be looking to see you out here in the Alberta oil patch.